start.
Hello, my name is Emily. Hello. My name is Emily Wu, and I'll be discussing the Democratic view on economy. And my main focus will be on the issues of unemployment and how Democrats can save the unemployed. So the issue of unemployment and the fluctuating unemployment rate has been one of concern for over the past few years. After the stock market crash of 2008, millions of Americans were left without a job. In fact, the unemployment rate peaked in October 2009 at 10%, with 12.5 million people unemployed. So what was done about this? First off, ever since 2008, our unemployment rate has done nothing but improved. Nowadays, the unemployment rate lies at about 6.1% today. In other words, ever since the election of Democratic President Obama in 2008, we've been able to decrease the number of unemployed by 3 million. According to St. Louis Federal Reserve, it would take 11 years of work to get the unemployment rate down to about 5%. This article was published in 2011. This means that we've been able to fulfill 11 years of work in about 3 years. As shown in this demographic, the economy has added 10 million private sector jobs in the last 54 months. What is a private sector job? Now, a private sector is the part of the economy that is not state-controlled and is run by individuals and companies for profit. That's 10 million new jobs for the people. So let's get into the specifics of what was done. Now, after the stock market crash of 2008, President Obama created something called the American Recovery and Reinvestment Act, also known as Obama's stimulus package. It was approved by Congress in February 2009 and was considered Obama's first major act to stimulate the economy. The purpose of it was to instill the confidence needed to restore economic growth. The act was comprised of 7 specific key components. First, immediate relief for families, modernize federal infrastructure, increase alternative energy production, expand healthcare, improve education, invest in science, research, and technology, and help small businesses. The total cost was about $787 billion, which was later changed to $840 billion for the benefit of the people. Now, $288 billion were put into tax cuts, $224 billion into extended unemployment benefits, and $275 billion into job creation. According to About.com, the package did better than planned. As of October 30th, 2009, about 640,329 jobs were saved. In March 2009, before this act was passed, the GDP was at negative 5.4%. And towards the end of 2013, the GDP was up at 3.5%. As opposed to losing 500,000 jobs a month, the economy was able to add 2.4 million private sector jobs in the first 18 months after the act was passed. On top of that, the recession ended 3 months after the ARRA was passed. So then why do Republicans reject such similar ideas such as unemployment benefits? And first off, what are unemployment benefits? Unemployment benefits were created by the Social Security Act of 1935 for those who lost their jobs due to the Great Depression of 1929. This was for them to be able to purchase food, clothing, and shelter without a job. Now, nowadays, anyone that's been laid off of their job is eligible for these unemployment benefits.
こうやこっちゃいろんなとこ、前や後ろやいろんなとこに視線。
おばあちゃんリコールしてるからおばあちゃん見て。
いや、いいよ、大丈夫。いろんな人言ったらおばあちゃんこれしてるから大丈夫。No problem.
This means that they can receive unemployment benefits for up to 26 weeks and keep a roof over their heads, put food on their plate, put food on their children's plates without having a job. Now, the main point that is constantly brought up by Republicans is that it increases debt, the already overwhelming debt that America has. Now, this may be, but the truth of the matter is that we have to think about our people and how we can help them in their most desperate time of need. We have these unemployment benefits so that these people don't end up on the streets where they have little to no chance of employment in the near future. After all, the government has a responsibility to protect the people's inalienable rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. For anything to be successful, there always has to be some sort of plan or idea of where you might want to be headed and in which direction you want to go. On September 8, 2011, President Obama informed the nation of his proposal called the American Jobs Act. This was comprised of 4 components. The first, tax cuts to help America's small businesses hire and grow. This means that they would cut payroll tax and allow for businesses to employ new employees. Putting workers back on the job while rebuilding and modernizing America. This means that infrastructure as well as schools would be modernized while providing job opportunities for those without jobs. Pathways back to work for Americans looking for jobs. This would prevent layoffs but also ensure the availability of unemployment benefits. Tax relief for every American worker and family. This would also result in the cut for payroll tax. All in all, these efforts that President Obama has made all go to form a more perfect union, to establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity. And I believe that if our government continues to provide this spark of hope and motivation for our people, we will be able to overcome obstacles such as unemployment itself. Thank you for listening.
Good.